Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you what we've done to irrigate our beds for under $100. Now, having covers on the beds makes it a little difficult to water them, so I wanted an irrigation system, and we looked at a few cheaper ones on Amazon, and people didn't give them very good reviews, said that the pipes swell and they leak and things like that, and I didn't want to spend a fortune, so we wanted to spend under $100. And there's three 12-foot beds by 30 inches, I think, wide. And so this was pretty simple. As you can see, it's nice and neat and tidy. We actually had an old garden hose, but I'm calculating if you had to go out and buy, say, a 25-foot garden hose. We had an old garden hose that leaked in a few spots, which was great for us because we could cut it to the sections that we needed. And that's what is going into the beds here. And I'll put some video clips in. I lost a few of my video clips while we were in the process of making it, so unfortunately I don't have that for you. And I just simply buried it under this crushed stone so that it's neat and tidy, but it's just right there. And what my husband used to connect the pipe, the garden hose, sorry, is just PEX fittings. Just went to a local hardware store, and that was probably one of the most expensive parts, was the few PEX fittings. So we have like a T here, and then we used a U-shaped like staple bolt, whatever you want to call it, to hold the hose onto the bed. And we notched the bed to put the hose in, and then there's a 90 right here on the corner so that it can go in and not be like twisted and bent, and go in on a nice angle here. And then inside I got these soaker hoses. These are just drip hoses from Princess Auto, and they were like $7.99 a piece, and it was, each one was plenty to do the bed. So we hooked up the end here, and then I just ran it along and used some landscape pins to pin it down, and ran it right to the end and back down around. And I'm short maybe 2 feet, but that's okay. Still gets plenty of water in here. So then that's what we did, was went ahead and ran the hose under the ground here and hooked up with another T and brought that up into this bed. And then the last one here, he just hooked up to a final 90 to run it up to this last bed here. And again, in the beds we did the same thing, and just hooked each one up to the drip hose, and it's working out fantastic. Allows me to water the beds without having to come out and actually water the beds. And I used to put a sprinkler hose here, but of course if they're covered the sprinkler is not going to get the beds wet. So there was sort of pitfalls with having these covers, and that's that, of course, makes it more difficult to water with just a regular sprinkler. So you'll need some kind of an irrigation system put inside of them. And also, when we get a good rain, I like to have the rainwater get on them more than hose water. So I do have to open them during the rain just to get that good nitrogen-rich rainwater. Because for now, what we did was we went ahead then, after it's all hooked up to the beds, and I just buried it under the ground here. And as it came out here, just going to be up alongside my step where some plants will grow over it. And then just connected it to my hose faucet with a Y. So I got one to my regular garden hose and one that I can turn on the drip whenever I want. And these you can toggle which side you want, so that was pretty good. But eventually what I want to do, because this is uphill from the garden, is to hook it up to a rain barrel system. Now we may need a pump in the rain barrel system, I'm not sure, and then we can water it with actual rainwater. So that was just a little project to add to our garden projects. And the clips that I do have available, I'll put them here at the end. and I'll just write some descriptions in there. Unfortunately, sometimes you lose files. So, but if you're looking to build a raised bed with a cover and you want an irrigation system that's economical and something that will actually last, not those cheap flimsy small kits, you can do this for under $100. It was like, so we got three for the 3 beds here, the 3 drip hoses at like $8 a piece, as well as some fittings and some old garden hose, or you can pick up a short length of garden hose and you'll have yourself an irrigation system. Now if you're someone who's going to be going on vacation, you can also buy a timer for up at the other end where the Y is, up by the hose. You can get a timer for your watering system, and that way you can set for when you want your water to come on and off, and that will add a little bit to the expense. But you know, if you're someone that goes on vacation and you want your beds to take care of themselves, that may be a good option for you. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, and sorry that I lost some of the clips, and happy gardening.